What's up, you guys? UFO proof here. Yeah. That the season for UFOs is just now starting. So basically, from now up until July 5th, you can basically go out every night and see some amazing stuff in the sky. I promise you. So let's see. I'll tell you. How about a little story about myself? One time I'm at this bar. I'm at a Pepe's, like a Mexican bar, bar and grill, and there's two pool tables right next to each other. And me or my homie and I are playing on one table, and some fucking hot chick and her fucking boyfriend are playing on the other table. And me, being a dickhead that I was, I start saying shit and like flirting with her and shit right in front of her boyfriend. I didn't give a fuck. Fuck you. And like fucking, she came past. We had to take a shot, and she like bumped into me, and I gave her like a little butt bump, and then like fucking I winked at her and shit like that. And then I get like super cocky after I got like a beer in me. And I start like saying shit to the dude, like the dude's trying to take a shot and I'm trying to take a shot, and I'm like, hey, and I like kind of push him out of the way with my stick, I'm like, wait for me, and take my shot like I'm a badass, just trying to like impress this fucking chick because I was fucking stupid. And and I'm laughing about it. I'm like, like this fucking, I'm just like this douche fucking dickhead from a fucking like 80s movie. I swear to God, when I look back on it in my mind, I'm like, oh God, I would have just slapped myself, dude. So I'm lining up this fucking shot. I'm getting ready to line up a shot, and I had fucking like said something to the dude, and I'm fucking lining up the shot, and I fucking pull back, and next thing I know, I wake up in the hospital, and I'm like, oh, I got this banging fucking headache, dude. And my homie's like, oh, hey man, how you feeling? I'm like, oh, fuck, my head's killing me, man. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? What happened? I was like, did I have a fucking seizure or something? I'm like, what the fuck happened? What's going on? He's like, oh, dude, old boy back at the bar busted you in the head with a fucking ashtray, dude. They had like these big, like 40-pound ashtrays, like these big fucking things of glass, dude. Just solid glass ashtray. It didn't break. No, fuck, you could like hammer a nail with this thing. And he straight up fucking came up behind me and busted me in my fucking head, dude, and fucking knocked me the fuck out, man. I didn't know my name from my ass. I didn't know where the fuck I was. I deserved every inch of that fucking ashtray upside my fucking head, okay? Because I was being a prick. I totally deserved it. And I think he responded well.
I'm going to do a vlog on my UFO experiences. So December 27th, 2010, 6:45 in the morning, I'm traveling westbound down Cleveland Street in Maryville, Indiana. I'm on my way to work, and it's like foggy outside. It's still early and everything, and as I'm coming around a turn, I can see like this light, like a kind of like through the trees. It looked like it was inside of the trees, okay? And I'm like, wow, I drive that way every morning. I'd never seen that light before, and it was super, super bright. And then as I was getting closer, I could see like it was moving through the trees is what it looked like. And then as I came around the clearing, and I had a good look at like the layout, the land, and the trees and everything, I could see that the light was actually right above the treetops, just right above it. It was just my perspective made it look like it was actually inside of it for some reason. So I saw this light, and it was just so like, I'd never seen a light like that before. It was just like mesmerizing. So I started to slow down, and because I wanted to see what the light was on, it was a helicopter or something. And as soon as it got past the treetops, it was a black flying triangle, and it was traveling like maybe 5-6 miles an hour. It was just creeping, and I mean, this thing was huge too, and it was just creeping, and it was just like slowly going, and the light was a half dome, like a half a ball up in the center of it, and the light inside of it, I don't know how else to describe it, but I just call it liquid light because it looked like liquid, like light though. It was like kind of like moving around, It looked like a bunch of liquid light. I don't know what to fucking call it. So it had what I could see two red lights on one side of it, and then I could see a third light, barely a third red light, kind of on the other side. So in my mind, it looked like it would have had two on the other side to like make it even, but I don't know. But what was interesting is it started creeping over the road. I pulled over, and it floated over top of the road. Now this thing was probably only maybe 50 feet in the air. Like it was, I mean, it was just right fucking there. Not a sound. And not only was it not making a sound, but like nothing seemed to be happening. Like the fog, everything seemed totally static. Like everything was just like stuck, you know, except for this damn thing floating. And I pulled over and I get out and I'm just staring at it. And then it looks at me. Now, it's hard to understand what I'm saying, but it turned and it like faced me, even though it's not like it had eyes or something in it. I don't know why. I just knew it was like looking at me. I could just like sense that it was like staring at me for some reason, because it turned and it's like floating out to the side while it's still like looking at me. And all of a sudden I started feeling every emotion like you could think of, and they were not all at once. Okay, so it's not like that. It was really weird. I was being like hit with emotions. Like first it was like, and they were like coming like 1 second intervals. So it would be like I was happy, then afraid, and then I was, you know, joyful, then I was scared, then I was jealous, then I was ashamed, then I was embarrassed, you know, then I was angry. Like it was like boom, boom, boom. I was just hit with emotion. Like I didn't know what the fuck was happening. Like it freaked me out, man. But I can remember feeling all these, every different kind of emotion. Like none of them seemed to make sense for what was going on at the time. Like, you know, like it was so weird. And then the last emotion that it left me with was love. And as it started to float away, like I felt like my girlfriend was leaving me. Like I felt like my life was over, and I just wanted to chase after it. And I would have chased after it if it would have went on a path where I could have followed it with the car, because it was flying over trees, and so I couldn't have followed it anyway. And I remember being so upset, like watching it go to, you know, go over the treetops and float away. Like I wanted to cry so bad. Like it was so upsetting to me. And then it was gone. I sat back in the car and I like gathered my thoughts, and you know, all of a sudden I was so shook that I couldn't drive. I literally sat on the side of the road for a half an hour or something. Just, I was shaking. Like I wasn't afraid. I just wasn't prepared to see something like me. It took a bit for me to fucking finally come out and say, oh, okay, you know, what happened there was really fucking cool. And I mean, that's just that is one of the coolest things that could have ever happened to me, man. And you guys will have to check it out next time to hear that story. All right, you guys, UFO proof.